You are listening to 88.7 FM, KSPC Claremont. It is now time for the Video Game Music Show. That's right, this is the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC. For the next 2 hours, I'll be playing your favorite video game music, all the way from the early days of the Nintendo Entertainment System, all the way up to the modern systems such as the Nintendo Switch 2, the PlayStation 5, and the Xbox Series. Anything from the handheld systems, including the original Nintendo Game Boy, all the way up to the Nintendo 3DS and the PlayStation Vita. Anything from the arcades, anything that's related to video game music, including chiptunes, DJ remixes, and video game cover bands. This is a live show, so if you got a request, the number is 909-626-KSPC. If you want to email me, my email address is thevideogamemusicshow@gmail.com. It's all one word. If you want to look me up on Instagram, I am at DJ SysOp. If you want to look me up on Facebook, just do a search for the Video Game Music Show. There's a link there to join the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. And there's links to all the socials I just mentioned. If you just go to kspc.org, click on the show name, the Video Game Music Show. You'll see links there to join the Discord and Instagram and all that good stuff. And of course, I invite everyone to join the KSPC Spinningtron chat room. Just go to kspc.org, click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website, and then click Join the Join chat box, whatever that is. But it's there. You'll see it. Alrighty then. Yeah, I'll have that up as soon as I get off the mic. Anyways, let's just get to the music. Once again, I have another power-packed show of requests. So I'm going to hold off on retro blocks until maybe towards the end of the show to do a retro block. At least one, hopefully. But let's just get to the music. Let's start off with something here. We're going to listen to 2 tracks from Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So here we go.
We'll return after these messages.
What do you want? What do you think? What do you want? I want the latest games anywhere. What do you want? I want the sounds that curl my hair. What do you want? 7800s everywhere. What do you want? I want Atari. I do. What do you want? I want Atari. What do you want? Atari 7800. Atari's the name of the game, dudes. Check it out at these rad stores.
Local public radio stations across the country are facing an unprecedented crisis. Proposals to eliminate federal funding threaten to dismantle the very safe infrastructure that keeps 99% of Americans informed, safe, and connected. The threat is real, and it is happening now. Without your voice, your support, and your action, entire stations across the country will go dark. The future of public media depends on decisions being made in Washington right now. Contact your elected officials before it's too late. Tell your senators, save my public radio station. To take action, visit the American Coalition for Public Radio at goacpr.org.
Oh boy, skydiver! Pull the chute! Oh, I went too much to the right.
Maybe one of these days they'll let me play. They never seem to get tired of playing Atari. Probably because Atari has so many different games to play. Games like basketball, football, chess, bowling, outlaw. More than 30 games. That I never get to play.
I'll play with you, Daddy.
Thanks.
No other company offers you as many different video game cartridges as Atari.
Hi, my name's Alani. You're listening to KSPC, Claremont.
Alrighty then, we're back. Let me tell you what we were listening to. We heard from Dance Party 10, and that was the Tetris theme. That was by request from Esteban off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from Mario Party 2 with Toad Bandstand, Flower Waltz. Kind of a short track. Also by request from Esteban off the Discord channel. Before that, we heard from Smooth McGroove, acapella, Super Metroid, Brinstar, Red Soil, by request from Alan, also off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. We also heard a cover of Devil's Crush, the main theme. That was also by request from Alan. Starting off the set, we heard two tracks from Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. The first one was Turnabout Sisters theme, and the other one was Karain Village. Both by request from Sailor Minecraft off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. So there you go. All right, good stuff. All right, you were listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. You can listen to the live webcast streaming at kspc.org. And, of course, I invite everyone to join the KSPC Spinningtron chat room. Just go to kspc.org. Click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website, and then click Join Chat in the chat box. Shout out to people that are already in there. Lots of jelly people. Shout outs to people in the chat room. I see OG07, Vizo, Alan, Kentucky Fried Monkey Eggs. I see Zoot, Nicole, Esteban, Pikachu, D-Man. All our usual suspects in here. I see Mochi. And who else? I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that's it for now. So, quite a few people in there. It's always good times. Again, if you want to go to, if you want to join the Spinningtron chat, just go to kspc.org, click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website, and then click join chat in the chat box. Yeah. Now they're talking about Reese's Pieces and peanut butter and jelly. Oh my God. All right. And DJ Hero just joined the chat as well. So good times. All right. We're going to continue with the music. Again, no retro block at this time, but maybe later on. I'm not sure. Because still got a lot of requests. We're already 20 minutes into the show. And I still got a long way to go with requests. So let's get to it. Excuse me. I see here in the message, in the Discord. Whoops, now I lost it. Today is supposed to be Talk Like a Pirate Day. So, yeah, I don't know. But here's something that's related to Talk Like a Pirate Day. This is an 8-bit version or an 8-bit cover of You Are a Pirate from Lazy Town. Okay, so here we go.
We'll return after these messages.
As an intelligent consumer, I wanted to compare Atari asteroids with other companies' asteroids. But other companies don't make asteroids. I wanted to compare Atari Missile Command with other companies' missile commands. But other companies don't make that either. Finally, I wanted to compare the new Atari Warlords. Unfortunately, other companies don't make it. When it comes to the video games the world wants most, nobody compares to Atari.
Wherever you are in the world, KSPC is at your fingertips. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection and a dream. Stream KSPC on kspc.org. It's that easy.
Hey, I'm Russell, and I got Wayne here. What's up? And this new F1 race for Game Boy. Up to 4 guys can play each other at the same time. Whoa, make a crash! Use the turbo, man. Number 3's tossing him. This guy's got his own race. Whoa, right! In his own screen and his very own view of the race. No, he's come on, quick! I don't know what Wayne said was, I don't know what he said. Anyway, 4-player adapter things included. F1 race for Game Boy from Nintendo. Round up your posse and check it out.
Hi, my name is Abby. When I want to listen to good music, I turn on KSPC Claremont.
home to you, you home to me. It's obvious, yeah, it's oh so clear. It's beautiful when you are near. We're up against it.
All right, we're back. Let me turn this down. All right, let me tell you what we were listening to. We heard 2 tracks from Sea Power. One was Fire Escape in the Sea Montage. And the other one was Hope in Work and Joy in Leisure. So those were both by request from our good friend Kentucky Fried Monkey Eggs, who requested that on the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from one of my all-time favorite arcade video games from the 80s, and that is Paperboy from Atari, and that was the main theme. And that was by request from Knox, also off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, another great arcade game, Shinobi. And that was just the, I think that's pretty much level 1 background music. And that was also by request from Knox. Before that, we heard 2 tracks from Anthem. The first one was The Freelancers. And the other one was Legion of Dawn. And both of those were by request from Zoot off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from Infinite, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth. The name of the track is called I'm Jelly. Yes. And that was by request from Tina off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. And then, let's see. I think we're all pretty much caught up. If you want to see tonight's playlist, just go to kspc.org and just click on Last Played or the show name, and you can see the entire playlist as it happens. And it's definitely good times. All right. You are listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. You can also listen to the live webcast streaming at kspc.org. All right. The band Book Reading Group meets every third Sunday from 2 to 3:30 p.m. and will be reading materials that have been historically challenged or are on the American Libraries Association's current challenge list. If you want more information about this, you can just call 310-575-8323. All right. Yes, Zoot, I see your message, and no, I'm not happy about that at all. All right, let's get back to the music. Yeah, still no retro blocks. I still got a lot of requests. So let's just keep going to the music, and here we go.
Sometimes I feel lonely, like there's no one or nothing out there for me. But then I remember to turn on the radio and listen to KSPC Claremont, just like you're doing right now. And I reflect on all the good times I've had listening to the radio, and it makes me feel all warm inside again. Thank you, KSPC.
You can do it. Check it out. Do it, baby. Never lose it. Check it out. Do it. 命の鍵に見せてやる。一緒に見せたい。でも、baby、悪魔のようなエンジェルとして Just to stay. Never move it.ここから抜け出そう輝くあの場所へそう灼熱の心を止めないで Let's me go 一瞬の
return after these messages.
They're fast, spit acid, and are invading NES decks everywhere. Blast life-sucking facehuggers and exterminate deadly aliens in the pulse-pounding NES blockbuster Alien 3.
Child's Play tries to alleviate the boredom of children in hospitals by providing them with video games and other toys. They work with over 140 hospitals and use financial donations to buy new video game consoles and toys. They also provide wish lists from the kids at specific hospitals, allowing donors to send specific toys directly. To get involved, donate, or learn more, visit www.childsplaycharity.org.
Hey man, get portable. Get a Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. A colored portable Game Gear, carrying case, and 2 hit games. Sonic 2, and the Majors Pro Baseball. Whoa, even save $50. The Game Gear Supersonic Sports Pack. You know who makes it.
Coffee? Tea?
You're listening to KSPC Claremont.
Alrighty then. Now, let me tell you what we were listening to. We just heard from an 8-bit NES version of The Clash's I Fought the Law, and that was by request from D-Man off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard from the main theme of the Mary Tyler Moore Show, computer version. And this was also by request from D-Man, also off the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. Before that, we heard 2 tracks from Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and those by request from Marty off the Discord channel. And before that, we heard from Macro Blank. The name of the track is called Red Sun. And let's see, this was by request from ZexGX off the Discord channel. And let's see. I think that's it. I think we're all caught up. Yeah. All right, good times. All right, you're listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. You can listen to the live webcast streaming at kspc.org. I want to give a shout out to my man Mochi. This is a birthday shout out, so happy birthday to Mochi. I don't know exactly what date it is, but I want to give a shout out to him. He did request a track early on the show tonight. So there you go, Mochi. I hope you have a good one. Happy birthday. And again, I want to invite everyone to join the KSPC Spinningtron chat room. Just go to kspc.org, click on Last Played in the upper right-hand corner of the website, and then click Join Chat in the chat box. All right, a lot of people in there still. Lots of good chatters. And it's definitely good times. All right, I'm going to do a retro block, but it is going to be kind of short because still got like a lot of requests to play. And I'm going to do something a little bit different that I don't normally do. I'm going to play something from the Super Nintendo, the Super NES. And I'm going to do a retro block of, let's see, what is this? I got to look at the computer now. Of Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Yes, classic off the Super Nintendo. So it's going to be a short retro block, only a few tracks. And that's all I really got time for. I need to get back to playing everyone else's requests. But this one is by request from Darkwing David, who requested this off the Instagram, which is at DJ SysOp. So here's a few tracks of Super Ghouls and Ghosts off the Super Nintendo. So here we go. All right. I hope you enjoyed that retro block of Super Ghouls and Ghosts off the Super Nintendo. And looking at my calendar here, next week's show will be the last of the regular show because the following Sunday, October 5th, will be part 1 of the Halloween special. Yeah, it's here already. So the entire month of October, we'll be having spooky Halloween video game music. So that should be fun. We do this every year. So yeah, next week's show will be the last of, I guess, the quote-unquote normal ones. But then come October, it's going to be all the Halloween specials and scary and spooky video game music. So that's definitely a good time. So send me your requests. Yeah, I saw that Kentucky Fried Monkey Eggs mentioned something about a pre-Halloween music for Super Ghouls and Ghosts, but then I looked at my calendar and look at that. It's only like in 2 weeks now. So there you go. All right, good times. I got to tell you, KSPC is proud to support our community by bringing you messages and announcements from local organizations and events. We are always looking to add new ones to our rotation, so if you have a message you think the community should hear on the air, please tell us about it by emailing us at cm@kspc.org. We look forward to hearing from you. Yes. All right, you are listening to the Video Game Music Show here on KSPC at 88.7 FM. You can listen to the live webcast streaming at kspc.org. And yeah, we're continuing with the requests. Still got more to go. And only about a little less than half an hour left of the show. So let's get back to it. So here we go.
KSPC Claremont.
Alrighty then. Well, that's it for me. Another fun-filled edition of the Video Game Music Show has came and went. Thanks for all the calls and thanks for all the requests. I do appreciate it. We got a lot of them today. And I think I managed to get most of them on the air, which is kind of an accomplishment for me. So, good times. Don't forget, you can email me. My email address is thevideogamemusicshow@gmail.com. It's all one word. You can look me up on Instagram. I am at DJ SysOp. You can look me up on Facebook. Just do a search for the Video Game Music Show. There's a link there to join the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel. And I think we had about 3 or 4 people join the Video Game Music Show's Discord channel tonight as the show is going. So welcome aboard and thanks for joining. And as always, there's links to everything I just mentioned. If you just go to kspc.org, click on the show name, the Video Game Music Show, and all the links will be there for the socials, including the Discord channel. And that's it. Once again, thanks for listening to the Video Game Music Show. Tune in every Sunday at 5 p.m. for the Video Game Music Show right here on KSPC. I'm DJ SysOp, signing off.
Till next time, everybody, do the Mario! Do the Mario! Swing your arms from side to side. Come on, it's time to go. Do the Mario. Take one step and then again. Let's do the Mario all together now. You got it. It's the Mario.